Alrighty. This is just checking to see if the microphone works. And we'll go from there. Looks like it, so.
What used to be one of Japan's busiest cities has disappeared from the surface of the earth.
And I muted myself.
Today, where the city used to reside, is now a huge crater, as deep and dark as the abyss, adorned with the most outlandish of environments. Among them is an unusual tower, so to speak, that points toward the white moon above the skies. The people who thrived in that city are now monitored by creatures known as Martians, who unduly torture the people day in and day out. Time has passed to where the name of the city is lost. Now, people there refer to this living hell.
All right. I am curious to see where this goes.
Prison, jail.
Well, yeah, jail usually is a prison. Okay, so this is a dungeon crawler.
All right. I don't see any enemies around. I can have. This is a bit scary, but I'll do my best. Don't you worry, my princess. I'll protect you no matter what. I can't believe you said it with such a straight but thank you, Otsu. That smile and that said, Red Riding Hood.
As in typical, let's just say, Idea Factory Compile Heart games, this is full of fan service. Not gonna lie.
Oh, sis. What took you so long?
Sorry about that. I just didn't expect so many of those monsters around.
I do love the voice acting is not terrible either. I will give it props on that.
Now, Otsu. Sister, take care of them, so we can go in nice and safe now.
Yep, I like my approach. Simple, straight, and to the point.
I'm not sure how I feel about the artwork, to be brutally honest.
I was trying to say that rushing in without us could be dangerous.
The visual novel aspect doesn't bother me, but I'm still trying to, character design wise, I'm not sure if I I'm an anime guy, but I don't know how I feel about the character design on these.
Oh. Are you all right? You don't look well. I'm fine.
You haven't been sleeping much, have you?
I'm not like you, Red Riding Hood.
Aw, now you hurt your big joking aside. Pay attention. Fighting without a clear head is pretty darn dangerous.
You don't have to tell me that. This will all work out, right? Don't you worry, my princess. We're only a few steps away from meeting the Blood Maiden.
Acting like a prince only in front of Mermy, huh?
What? Do you want to be treated the same?
No.
Oh, now, you two. I can only hope that our newly found blood maiden is safe.
She really is a blood maiden. She should easily be able to take some torture.
I doubt she's like you. Now then, to the cell where our blood...
A Martian!
I knew they wouldn't let us through that easily.
Stay behind me, my princess. Now! We won!
So literally, it is the same sound effect in every single game that Compile Hard does for when you win. It's mad obnoxious. Not everything is voice acted either. This is going to be like a Trails of the Cold Steel kind of, as far as how it's going to be presented story wise. Some voice acting and major stuff, and some not so much. All right, so those not familiar with dungeon crawlers are very first person oriented. Not really that hard to figure out as far as what they are or what they aren't. So other games that have other games that usually go down this route are there's a lot of Vita games. How really complicated are you going to make the systems? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, battle. And
We won!
pretty straightforward. Yep, level 2. Almost the same kind of music on every single game, I swear. Earth, Wind, Fire, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So, limit breaks, more or less, overkills, pretty standard stuff.
I'll do my best. I'll cut you to bits, huh? Thank goodness we won.
Like, so far, this is all pretty straightforward stuff. Like, if you've played one dungeon crawler, you've pretty much played them, most of them. Now, not all compile heart games are like this. Dungeon crawlers. Um, the regular Agris War games come to mind. Those are generically not dungeon crawlers. Those are more, here's a map and run around to different cities and that kind of stuff. And then you have other things in other games like Demon Gaze and those kind of games that fall more in line with this, or Operation Tokyo, Tokyo Babel, and those kind of games. Like, that's where a lot of these games kind of fall in. Oop, can't go that way.
Found an item.
So if the question about random battles is going to show up, yes, they have random battles as part of the whole dungeon crawler, as you can tell, aesthetic.
Thank goodness we won. Level up.
Let's see, where do I go? Where do I go? Let's go straight.
Something.
High quality cookie, huh?
Ow. Ready for battle.
Another one.
Prepare yourself. Here I come.
Problem solved.
Thank goodness we won. Level up.
I will say, in comparison to some of the other dungeon crawlers I've played, this actually you level up much faster. I mean, granted, that could be the easy mode that I'm on, but you know, whatever. Let's see. So yeah, this is very typical of what I expected. Um, Not horrible, obviously. It's just, if you've played one compile heart game, you've generically played them all for the most part. You know, the Hyper Dimension Neptunia games, if you've played Agrist Wars, if you've played a lot of these games,
We won.
kinda have their own way of doing things. But they're all very similar.
Level up.
And to say that their fan service is very much not lying. It's very much a fan service game series, games that they make. I'm indifferent towards it. I really don't care either way. Because I know some people do, some people don't. You know, it's all about implementation, honestly, for me. Come on. Do, 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 do. The music is kind of whimsical and like that, haha, fun kind of way. Yeah, it's a little weird, not gonna lie. Yeah, some people kind of enjoy that. It's different. I will say that for a JRPG it is definitely a different vibe, musically speaking. Again, some people like it, some people won't. That's kind of like this whole genre of gaming to begin with, though. Some people like it, some people won't. So you're just like, whatever. Nope. Attacked. And he's dead. Okay, whatever.
I'll crush them all!
Here they come. To me.
Here we go.
Great work, everyone.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I do like some of the piano music and with the like kind of guitar background. It's kind of cool. The point system is pretty straightforward, like every other one of Bile Heart's games. go that way. So which way do I go?
I'll crush them all!
They definitely don't do a great job explaining some of this stuff. Oops.
Thank goodness.
Well, I feel stupid now.
I'm not done yet. Might.
He's dead.
I knew we'd win.
Hello. I don't know if it was. I don't know about that one there, Darth Dweeb. Something tells me I don't think it was. High in the gluten, probably. That's okay.
We won! Unbelievable. It could have caught.
Did you think I would lose to this grunt of a marchant?
Oh, it's gonna be the next big thing, Darth Weeb, you know.
Crying.
What'd you say again?
Oh, stop it, both of you. This is no
And
time
instead of
for
natural sugar, they're gonna, you know, high fructose corn syrup is gonna be all the rage, you know, in everything instead of, you know, the all natural stuff.
Sorry.
Well,
I'll check from the far.
be careful, Sid.
Don't you worry about me.
I wonder if she'll be.
Please, put a smile on your...
Sue.
Red Riding Hood is very strong. Now, let's... Yes, princess. Precisely. It lacks elegance.
Let's start right away.
I'll save you all, but please, now then. Don't you worry. It's nothing... Not her.
Are you okay, Hika? What the hell is...
Don't worry, Mamoru. She just
She just splashed you with who knows what?
I'm sorry about that, my lady. That liquid is of no harm, really.
Yeah.
Now then.
Hey, I was talking to you!
Perhaps that's
But Jack,
That's not true. Alice,
I found her.
You did?
Look, her...
So pink and pretty.
who are you guys?
We are Dawn's blood maidens. We came looking.
Alice, was it?
blood maidens? How?
Well,
Good Sue! You found the blood. Whoa, good. All right then.
Sis, where are you going?
wait up, Red Riding...
I'm so sorry. Let me assure you.
I don't know what's going on, but let Alice go.
We're safe here. Now then, let me get those. You gonna let me free?
Yeah, Darth Weeb is what they call a dungeon crawling JRPG. It's by Compile Heart and Idea Factory. So if you've played like the Hyper Dimension Neptunia games or like Record of Agris Wars or whatnot, that's the company that made this. Or Dragon Star Varnier. There's a bunch of other ones that they've done. I was given a code from the PC publisher for this game. This isn't, for those that are going to probably ask, this is not on Linux, as far as there's too many caveats to get it working, and I'm just not in the mood for the headache, so this is on a Windows system. I'm running this right now. If you've ever played like Demon Gaze or Demon Gaze 2, that's probably your best comparison to what this is. As far as what to expect, maybe Wizardry is probably another
A lot of blood
one to
maidens,
actually
so
Always...
compare it to.
You should really...
No. Oh, it's.
But it's got a lot of visual novel aspects to it, obviously.
Let go of Alice!
Who's that?
He's the person who was imprisoned.
What? Of course not. Not like I was interested.
Jack, was it? I'm so sorry for our comrades
Who are you guys?
We came here to liberate the prisoners.
and to find the Blood Maiden who was captive.
Telling. Yep, you're a blood maiden. The very one we've been looking for.
The Marchen blood that was on you.
Marchen blood? You splattered her.
Come on, that's the only way we could.
Regardless, we would like to ask Al.
Of course, you can come along with us. This is all happening so suddenly.
In the first place, what?
We would love to explain, but it seems we have an undesired.
Lucky.
Marchen?
No, it's too late.
Alice, here.
Don't worry, you should be able to. Okay, I'll try my.
Okay, let's go.
I'll crush them all.
I told you it's a visual novel. That's the way the story's told. Unfortunately, these are very much love it or hate it kind of games. Not gonna lie. I can deal with the heavy dialogue. I play so many JRPGs, like the heavy dialogue stuff doesn't bother me. What bothers me, like the art style, is something I always with compile heart games. The art style is always something that I either like or I dislike. I'm not sure where I fall with this one. Well, in fairness, I am playing this on easy because it's a dungeon crawler, not my generic style of game. Generically, if I'm playing JRPGs, the thing I really want to actually play is going to be more like a Tales of Berseria or those kind of games, Star Ocean, to The Last Hope, or more like kind of active kind of games. Even the newer Final Fantasy 7 remake that came out for PC. The best way to describe. Have you played the remake, the new one, like the remake of 7, or are you talking like PS1 original? Yeah, back when it came out for you. Yeah. I know it. I know which one you're talking about. Um,
Thank goodness you were.
Again, it's just one of those things. Like you're either gonna like the genre or you're not. And that's kind of where I fall with it. It's kind of like why I personally don't care for like Western RPGs. Just I find them all to be some type of low fantasy, elves, dwarves, yada yada yada. Just not my personal style of the game on. But hey, to each their own.
Do my best. Is everyone okay? Level up.
And if this isn't your type of game, Darth, you can check out on my backlog. I streamed a game called Chorus yesterday, which is a arcade space sim or arcade space fighter. That the best way I can explain that game is take Evercade. Man, Evercade. It's a portable console. Take Everspace, makes it with like X3 or Freelancer, and that's kind of what that game is. Really, really pretty game though. Voice acting is hit or miss. Music's pretty good though. And it works on Linux out of the box, by the way. FYI. Yeah, I wanted to start doing some more streaming. Just even if it's only for like an hour or so. You know, I do work weird hours, so generically midnight my time is probably the best time, unfortunately. Not necessarily the best time for most other people, but you know, is what it is there. I'm assuming I'm gonna guess work. Like when anytime the girlfriend asks, "When are you gonna sleep?" When I'm dead.
We should be fine now. Power of friendship. Uh, actually, FPS games, I'm hit or miss on. Some of them I like. Like I don't mind playing something like Splitgate as an example. One of my favorite games right now to play is, or two, I should say, would be Singularity because it's story focused. And all I'm going to say is TMD for the win. And there's another one called uh, Syndicate 2012, which is, unfortunately, it's an EA Origins title, but that was actually one that I enjoyed quite a bit. Doesn't get a lot of credit. Another one is Alien Rage, if you want like a score kind of, game where every kill is considered a score, and 1,000 points, bam, headshot kind of stuff. But generically, I'm not a big FPS guy. Just the genre as a whole isn't my thing. There are some lowbrow games that I do enjoy, like Shadow Warrior and that kind of stuff, just because they're lowbrow humor. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lowbrow kind of guy. If you watch my content, you pretty much know that. Yeah, I've never been a Borderlands guy. I just don't know what it is for me. It's hard for me to get into it. I like it. I should love the art style because I love the Telltale like Batman games. I'm just not a fan. I don't know why. It's just I've never been able to get into them. Honestly, the only Borderlands that I could get into was the Tales from Borderlands game. That was the only one I could get into. Like again, it's just the thing that I love about gaming is there's just so many different ways that people can experience games and different genres of games and all the other nonsense. So everyone's gonna find their like stuff that they kind of favorite game. If you could pick one, like despite genre, or are we just talking like favorite game of all time? The favorite game of all time, that's gonna be a hard one. If like one of my favorite, well, I can give you one of my favorite games, which is a game called Dex. It's a like a 16-bit inspired open world side scroller action adventure cyberpunk game. There's so many genres that it straddles, and there's like twin stick shooter elements to the game, and just the sum of its parts, despite some of its flaws, definitely outweigh the problems. But if we're talking like strictly JRPGs, that's a tough one for me as far as like JRPGs specifically. Um, Tales of pretty much any of the Tales of games is pretty much up there. Zestiria is probably not on that list. Tales of Berseria is probably the best out of that for me, just because it's story focused. It's a strong female lead with a revenge story and not tropey, cliche, genre characters. Everyone's got baggage that they're carrying and that kind of stuff. So I do love that game. Like just like if we're talking like favorite game series, that's a different story. There's a JRPG series called Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel. It's a game series that stretches 4 full titles, but it also has 3 other games prior to it that tie into those 4 titles. You don't need to play either or, but if you the Easter eggs in like Trails of Cold Steel are great if you played Trails in the Sky games. So it's just one of those little cool little world building kind of games. That's easily hands down like my favorite series, part of bar none. Everything else is secondary to me. And this is as a fan that's played like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 on the PS1. You know, I've played like Legend of Dragoon. I've played a ton of like JRPGs. Now I've played Xenoblade. I've played Xenosaga. I've played Xenogears. I've played Star Ocean games. So like my palette for favorite is kind of hard to really determine. Everyone's favorite for a different reason. But I guess I guess I can flip the question and ask you favorite game, hands down, no questions asked.
Aw. Ow. Aw. Ow.
If it's not a major release on PlayStation, I'm gonna be honest, dude. There's probably there was always yeah. That's the problem. Um, I'll be totally honest and say I'm a. Are you on PS5 or 4 or 3? Like,
Easy. It's over.
Aw.
Here I come. We won.
okay, so you're on PS4, generally speaking, I should say. Let's see. If I had to make a recommendation, because I'm assuming, generically speaking, if you prefer horror games, from what it sounds like, it depends on what you're looking for your horror games. See, my problem is my gaming is all over the place. So to give you an example of what I mean, on PS4, I have games like Republic and like Wanchinbara, was it Wanchinbara Z2 Chaos. But I also have games like Deathmark, which are I would. You might like Deathmark. It's kind of visual novelty, but like there's a horror element too that you might like. Um, if you want to kind of try an out there type of game, there's one called Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters Special Gig something. It's a very Japanese game, but it's like ghost hunting and that kind of stuff. It's an interesting game. Obviously you have like the Evil Within 2. Trying to really think what you might like. I got so many different games that I'm looking at right now. It's not even funny. I mean, personally, for me, one of my favorite games on PS4 is one of its launch titles, and it's severely underrated because it was different than the other titles that came before it, and that was Killzone Shadowfall. And if you want a game that not a lot of people played, but you can get for dumb cheap, there you go.
Don't you worry. I will find you, I promise. My princess must be crying.
Decks you can get on PC, you can usually find it for like $1. I have about 60 hours into it, so I've played it about 4 or 5 times. Deathmark is on PS4, and now it's on PC. This is what the artwork looks like. So you have a more visual representation. If you kind of want like a anime-ish type game that is definitely different, because there's a lot of people getting killed and like your investigator and that kind of stuff. Another one is called AI, the Somnium Files. It's not your typical type of game. It's very anime, but the themes are very adult. Let's put it that way. Actually, Darth, email me. I might have a code for Dex for PC that I can send to you. It's one of those games that it's frequently in bundles and stuff, so I can probably send you a code for it if you want. Let's see. Let me check my account here to see if I have any unused codes for that. Dex. Yeah, it's a native Linux game. If you're running on Mac OS, don't try to, because that whole video that I talked about Mac OS and using it for a month, you're not going to be able to play it. Yeah, it runs perfectly fine on Linux. Um, I was running it on a Microsoft Surface Pro 2 at native res, and it was totally playable. Okay. So having used all the Mac things, I every iOS type thing and every Mac OS type thing, be glad. Especially if you're a Linux guy, it's not going to be your cup of tea. I can find the pros in pretty much anything. Even Mac OS was hard to find the pros in. But yeah, shoot me an email. It should be in the it's dark the number one ltg at protonmail.com, and I'll send you that key.
You need to find her quick. Princess?
Jack!
It's Princess! I can hear. Princess? Where are you? There you are. Prince.
Oh, Jack! I'm sure help is on its way. So please, get a hold of yourself. You want to meet Alice?
Princess.
Also, what should I take over his wounds? But is this right, Jack?
Princess.
Please, also.
I would love to do so.
Say, also, did you find a way out of here? Carry him and take him back to town.
Fortunately, I didn't find any path out.
How about over there?
Princess.
Well, let me go look around. Please keep watching.
No.
Why not?
Well, coming here was quite dangerous, and it. Let me go find a way.
Stronger.
I can't believe you're still.
You protect Alice is safe.
Jack.
Jack! Jack?
What's going on?
What? Vines? Is this Jack's pet?
I don't know what it is, but we should get rid of them before.
Please, don't cover over Jack's body.
Excuse me here, my princess. I'll. Let go of. It's no use. They just keep growing.
So please.
What in the world?
Oh, Jack!
It's no use. He's bloating even larger.
This isn't Jack.
He's transformed.
Jack? Jack? You are Jack. What happened?
Princess, please stand back. Hey, don't you dare lay a. Ah!
Wait.
Say, Jack.
Otsu?
Jack, Yes, I'm alive.
Otsu.
I don't know why, but... Well, not fully, but I do know Jack has no intent...
I see. Not that we should be happy about this. This is all happening so
True.
Yes.
Jack, there's no need to worry. Hold! Like this. Here I go! Like this.
So, Darth, what's your gaming PC just like for spec wise? There's a reason I ask. Okay, so you're good for whatever game you get thrown. All right, that's what I need to know. Like I said, there's a reason I asked. Oh, I get it, man. I get it. Like, everyone's got their thing that they like to do, bro. Out of curiosity, how big is your Steam collection if you're, yeah, a Steam guy? Again, I asked for a reason. There's reasons I ask. Gotcha. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Trust me, I hear you. So I'm assuming you're more of a heroic launcher person, generically speaking. Well, yeah, I'm gonna definitely make the heroic game launcher recommendation over friggin' doing the CLI nonsense or any of the other. Like, I'll always go GUI first on recommendations. People might dislike that, but honestly, I really don't care. Be blunt. Um, you want an easier way, especially with Steam? There's an app called Proton Up QT, and it automatically detects where to install in Heroic, in Lutris, and with Steam, and you can pull down each one and put it in there for you. You don't even have to mess with it anymore. That's the one I use personally. Oh yeah, they're easily the best. If it comes to managing Proton specifically, it's just easily the best way to do it. Let me guess, specifically for games that use easy anti cheat. Not that I'm not throwing shade or anything. Just actual question. Well, my friend, you and I are on the same dang boat there. That's EA in a nutshell, dude. Really? Yep. Did you do purchases keys? Emptied. Honestly, for me, if you were gonna think of if it was gonna be a 1-to-1 remake, that's wishful thinking. I'm fine with them expanding it. I the combat is interesting. It's not horrible. It's almost a mix of like a bullet time mixed in with a like the active battle from Final Fantasy 15. Like, and I'm not a big like I've gone on record stating I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy 15, like at all. So, there you go. You might want to check your email in response because, yeah. No, because 15. See, the problem with 15 is it went all full bore action. Like even the way do summons and skills and everything else. At least this where you're able to have like that almost semi active battle pause menu to control other characters and tell them what to do though. Whereas in 15 it's just what you see is what you get. It's the Final Fantasy 12 gambit system, which honestly I hate 12 with a passion as far as the gambit system.
Here I go. Let me try. Leave it to me. Thank goodness we won.
See, to me, the switch between characters is fluid enough where it doesn't feel like that. Like you can hit. I don't know how far into the game you are, so I'm gonna try to. You can hit an enemy who's weak to lightning, as an example, and then you can have then you can, as they're casting lightning, you can switch over, pause it essentially, more or less, and bump out a brave attack or whatever.
Please set the proper item.
We won!
Also, when you check your email, your Steam library just got a little bit bigger than just one game. Well, let's just put it that way. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not viewing it as a one-to-one remake. I think that you're going to be solely disappointed if that's what you do.
We won!
I found something. Me.
We won!
Most of those are single-player games, by the way, too. Not all of them, but most of them. So just in case when people think I'm lying when I say I have a bunch of Steam codes that are sitting around that I don't use, as you can tell, definitely not the case.
Is everyone all right?
We won!
Yeah, it's a native Linux horror game. Another one you might like is one called Layers of Fear. I don't have a key for that one.
Please set the proper items. I was created to only tell the truth. The setting is correct.
Probably out of the most of those games, you'll probably like Dex and the Technomancer probably the most because that'll be more up your alley. They're more single player focused games. Demon Icon you might like. It's kind of a janky game though. I'm not gonna lie.
Is everyone all right?
And the best way to explain Technomancer is a B level Mass Effect. Uh, Demon Icon is janky in the way that, just like gameplay wise, like the way, like character animations and that kind of stuff. It doesn't detract from the game, but it doesn't like really make you immersed. Like the story's cool, but like overall, like it just doesn't help the game. Let's just put it that way.
We won!
But it's one of those games that you play for the story, and the gameplay is just kind of there.
Hey,
You're... What? Do you know them?
how'd they get... Thank goodness!
I can't believe there are more in...
You probably like Darksiders too. I forgot about that one.
It's not like there are many of them around, so can't we make a run for it?
Some of them are a mix of bundles. Some of them are a mix of when I was working for a gaming website, we skip review codes and stuff. So I sat on a bunch of unused codes for quite a long time. Like so, like give you an example. Some of those codes are almost 10 years old. So
We'll find the right timing to
I'm not too worried about them not working though. Every one that I've used, even when I remember I have them, still work.
Well, yeah.
So,
Don't you forget...
Let me see. Your Little Mermaid? Why, yes. Pleased to meet.
What the?
All right. Yeah, probably the best one. Gonna be legit. Probably Tower of Time. Um, you just want something that like a dungeon crawler or an isometric dungeon crawler that's totally different. Tower of Time's totally gonna be that. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's different than like Torchlight and that. Enemy Front is very first person shooter. You shoot things in the face. It's not a complicated FPS. Alien Rage, Alien Rage Unlimited, you will die a lot. Not gonna lie, it is not a run and gun kind of game. It is think about what you're doing and whatnot. Just gonna put that out there. Yeah, somebody can get some use out of some game codes that I'm not using. So thinking my only weakness. It's not that bad. It's just situational awareness. Don't run. Yes, part of the game is to rack up a score and get kill counts and all the other stuff. Just situational awareness. More like, oh, hey, look, there's a stack of barrels over there that'll blow up a bunch of people. Might want to shoot them instead of running in and shooting the dude in the head, kind of deal. Not a problem, man. Yeah, I'm heading out, so I gotta. I just got done work, so I got done work. I jumped on stream, and then I gotta go home, go to bed. So, all right, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for joining the stream. Enjoy the content. I know there wasn't as much gameplay as I was planning, but that's just how streams work. So it's just to enjoy the community and the game kind of stuff. So I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.